So now it's time for the Foster's Fire and Safety 8-cylinder feature championship Sunday for the 8 cylinders at Valley Raceway. We have Greg Kinsman, Ed Pinio, Devin Wires, and John Bent back in the number 14. And just remember, the 14 coming in here, the leading point cars split between James Graves and John Bent. Ed Pinio did win earlier along with Greg Kinsman. That would close the gap in, but it might be too much of a gap. Let's find out. 4 cars, 12 laps, 8-cylinder action in the features gets underway at Valley Raceway. John Bent in 4th right now, looking behind, and he's right behind the 11 and the 48. Now he's going to go around the 16 of Wires, and he'll grab 3rd. Side by side, 2 Crown Victorias up in front, and they make a little contact in the 4th. And maybe some tire problems with the 14. 14's going to go off track. We will see the 14 a little later in the King of the Dirt competition. So that will leave us with only 3 8-cylinders for this feature. And that will help with the number 11 of Ed Pinio. There was a little bit of a gap between the 14 and the number 11. 397 points for John Bent, and Ed Pinio came in with 389 points. So only 8 points separating the 11 and the 14, so it's going to be close to call. We may not be able to call it until we add up the points here at Valley Raceway. Here's the pass for second. Kinsman underneath the 11 of Pinio. A little bit of contact, and Pinio was able to slam and get in front of the 48. They are well out in front of Devin Wires in that number 16. Kinsman a little squirrely out of turn 4. 12-lap feature racing for the Foster's Fire and Safety 8 cylinders. Been a small field for a majority of the year, but they put on some great racing, some great clean side-by-side racing. 11, Ed Pinio's got to try and hold off a fast-charging Kinsman. Kinsman looking underneath again. There's the 14 back on track, a few laps down, but he will land in 4th. Only 3 points. Oh, and a little bit of mistake. Ed Pinio's been really blocking, trying to hold off Kinsman. Here comes Kinsman on the inside. 6 in, 6 to go at Valley Raceway. Drag racing to turn number 1. And Kinsman's on the inside in the blue 48. The black 11 is Ed Pinio. They are still door-handle to door-handle. Kinsman again throws it on the inside. It's going to slide up a bit. Oh, and slide he does. He's sideways and trips it up. He'll lose a little bit of ground. He's going to have, we have a donut competition in the back. 14, Bent spins out, but able to collect it and get back. Drag rolling straight again. The 11, Pinio, is still in the lead as the dust starts to fly here. Overdrove turn 3 just a little bit. Devin Wires is in 3rd, but he is nowhere near your battle for 1st right now. As the sun starts to come out at Valley Raceway, 11, Ed Pinio is the leader, and this is going to really help his points battle. He may be just enough on the number 14 of Bent, but he may be too late. Kinsman again is closing in, getting that fishing reel and throwing it towards the 11. He dives in turn number 2. They are hooked onto each other basically in turn 2. Kinsman again will go in. Contact again, your top 2. It's body checking time with 2 to go in Valley Raceway. We see rough driving in the 4 cylinders. We're seeing it here in the 8 cylinders. It's Championship Sunday. Back-to-back possibly for Kinsman. One more time around for the 8 cylinders of Valley Raceway. Ed Pinio's been blocking that number 48 a lot here. Pinio, a little bit of a block and a little bit of a turn. Kinsman turns around the number 11, 48 with a contact. And the yellow flag at Valley Raceway. time. We're just going to have to wait and see what's going to happen here. And it looks like a penalty will go to the 48 Kinsman. Turning around the number 11, going into turn 2. Just waiting to see what exactly is going to happen. So that will probably throw Devin Wires in first in the 16. The 11, Ed Pinio, will go on the inside. We were about to come up to the white flag lap at Valley Raceway for the 8-cylinder, so under a caution for a spin. The 11 spun up with the 48 out of turn 2. Just waiting to get the lineup all settled up here. Coming up after this, the Team Auto Sales 4-cylinder, some 4-cylinder feature action. Final race for 2019 for them, except for the King of the Dirt race. So remember again, the 14 is a few laps down after some issues where that red flag along with a cross, the red cross goes across that black flag. So Devin Wires is the leader in the 16, a green-white checkered at Valley Raceway, green flag lap, white flag lap, then a checkered flag. Curious that the 48 is still on track for a black flag. He's at the back, will classify him. Green flag is back into Valley Raceway. 48 on the outside of the 14, not able to catch up. Ed Pinio going to try and charge up to Devin Wires. Devin Wires has been racing only part-time, only his third appearance here at Valley Raceway. Pinio's all over the bumper at that number 16. Pinio wants to try and close out with a win. There's the pass on the inside. Pinio side by side with Wires. They slide up into each other, side by side racing. And here comes the 14, dives in, problem for Pinio, and 3, go over the bank. The 14 flips over on his side. Red flag at Valley Raceway. Ed Pinio's moving around. 14 of Bent is on his side.
Oh, he don't give a fuck.
And there is John out of the car. John Bent is out. Here he goes. What a way to end 2019. Coming towards the checkers. So John is moving and all the safety equipment he takes off. Will that number 14 be back here for the King of the Dirt competition? That's a good question. And as for the winner, we're going to have to find out because your top 2, along with the 14, just took each other out. Ed Pinio at the top of the track, number 11. We see a lot of tires land there. We usually don't see 2 cars landing there. So again, a scary incident with the number 14 landing on his side. But the best part we saw there is the number 14 driver, John Bent, A-OK, hops out. Car may not be well enough for the King of the Dirt competition a little later, again.
Oh, my wires again. God. Need help today? Oh, that'll work. Can I help you? No, I just had to fix my wires. I've got to push it up the hill.
Tough break for all those drivers. Checkers of Records came in that time. Ed Pinio threw it underneath the 16. John Bent out of nowhere tried diving underneath and they all slid up the track and The 11 and 14 were the drivers who went way high up the track. So under a red flag right now for the finish. I would believe this will probably do it for the feature. We'll probably call this one. Only one car left, so what's Kinsman going to do? Drive around and parade? We'll find out. He was displayed the black flag, so this is going to be a questionable finish for sure. Like even John flipping his car over. He's going to be one to try and tow it out as well. Throwing the chain on it, flip it on its side, off its side there. See how much damage is on that number 14. And may be able to still race in the King of the Dirt race a little later. Again, the top 3 in points are eligible to race. Ed Pinio looks like he's just maybe caught on the bag. He was able to stop it in time.
Yeah, he was able to stop it. Yeah, that's what it means.
Coming up, it's 4-cylinder feature action at Valley Raceway. Team Auto Sales 4-cylinder feature. Kyle Bent's got a pretty big lead ahead of Stefan Somerset, but there's still an intense battle for 2nd and 3rd in points. And again, the top 10 in the 4 cylinders will be able to come out for the King of the Dirt competition. Chance to win a little trophy and some extra cash as well. Just discussing what's going to be happening here as we pull off the number 11 and the 14 out of turn number 3 and 4. So the 14 is back on all 4 wheels. The race is done. We're going to call that race. And your race winner back here at Valley Raceway, Devin Wires. The 16 is your race winner in the 8 cylinders. Ed Pinio's off the top of the track, and he can race in the King of the Dirt competition later on. We're just adding up the points right now for the championship. I can tell you, it's coming down to paperwork here. We're going to check the points and see. I can tell you one thing, unless Devin Wires aged a lot, not Devin in the car, either way the 16 will win this race. Well, all the boys are over there to try to unload the number 14 as we'll pull the 14 out. So a wild and wacky finish. We'll go down and get a quick word with our winner in just a moment here. And there is the damaged 14. Looks like it's going to need a new windshield for sure. Pretty cracked up. And the driver of the 16 is going to celebrate. So it looks like Devin's dad, Kerrigan Wire, is probably driving that 16. Good win from him. Kerrigan used to race here a little bit. Kerrigan's going to pull the inside here. A little bit of smoke, up in smoke for the 14. And the 16 will whip it around here. So great run from Kerrigan Wires here. Back here at Valley Raceway. So we got under the delay for this wreck to wrap